Okay, so if Apple doesn't stop making the iPhone like right now, they're gonna kill the iPhone. I know that sounds crazy, and well, it is a little crazy, but let me explain. Don't like, don't comment, don't hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna earn that from you. Here we go. So the iPhone 14, let's start with that. Plagued with so many different rumors about release date and what it's gonna look like and different internals. Most notably was a rumor that it would have the same chip in it as the previous year's iPhone. You see, I'm gonna point out in this video the one unique thing about iPhone pretty much in all of Apple's categories and all of their product lineup that needs to change, otherwise it's going to end up hurting the iPhone. You see, every year Apple's upgraded the chip in their latest iPhone, and that's been a huge selling point. So much more power, so much more ability. But what we've come to find pretty much since the iPhone XS Max, at least in my opinion, iPhones all do the same thing very, very, very well. And unless you want the best camera that can shoot ProRes, which I understand there's a huge amount of TikTokers and YouTubers who are using iPhone as their primary camera, but there's still a large amount of people who don't really care. As long as it can do good video, good photo, maybe 4K is a word that they want. They want a 4K camera, right? Other than that, camera's not that important. And all the iPhones since the XS Max have a camera, have microphones, borderless display, right? Face ID, all these different things. So there hasn't been too much to compel people to upgrade. I currently have the iPhone 12 and I'm an Apple fanboy. I've always wanted the latest iPhone, pretty much until the iPhone XS Max. I could have stayed there, but I got a free upgrade to the 11. Then I broke my 11, so I ended up getting the 13, sold that, got the 12. That's kind of been my sweet spot. Who cares, Chris? In Apple's rapid rush to release new iPhones every year, they've matured the device much quicker than any other device that they have. You see, look at every other product Apple makes, from AirPods to the Mac to the iPad, right? They don't release new models every year. It takes time to accumulate different features for technology to truly and substantially evolve, and then they release, right? It's gotta be a release. There has to be pent up something in order to release it. But if not only anticipation is barely there, excitement's barely there, but there are also not a lot of new technologies to add to iPhone, then every year you end up giving people a little bit less. And I think that the chip is the latest example of that. Now, of course, they could add USB-C Thunderbolt, which I hope they do, especially now that iPhone records in ProRes. But again, how much will the average user see that, especially since iPhones are PC free now, Mac free. They can be used completely untethered from a laptop. How much data transferring are people really doing over a wire anymore with their phone, unless they're shooting ProRes video? I think Apple needs to adopt an every other year release strategy from now on to help slow down the maturation process and give people a little bit more time to anticipate and get excited for the next iPhone, while also allowing Apple to accumulate better and more technologies to really give people an amazing, incredible iPhone every 2 years. Very similar to the iPad Pro. I think they should follow roughly the same pattern. But of course, let me know what you think. Do you still want a new iPhone every single year? Most people's contracts are 2 years anyway. So how much better for Apple to have people waiting the 2 years? There is no upgrade, and then everybody rushes in to jump on the new iPhone because there won't be one in 2 years after that. Okay, so hopefully I earned a like, a subscribe, a bell click. Chat it up with me in the comments below. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Check out some other videos right here and keep it locked here as we cover all things iPad Pro, Apple Talk, and Pro Audio. I'm Chris Grant Jr. It's the Granny Geek Show.